and everyone took it as a joke, said he was crazy. That he felt like the Christ. He didn't feel like he was. In a way. I mean, maybe in this age it's not appropriate to talk about religious Christs. Because this isn't the age. Because now the Christ is going to be scientific. He's going to be scientific. Now he really is going to be scientific. Christ is not going to be as we know him from the age of Pisces. So this long hair thing is not going to be permanent. Since the hair is cut, you're going to live your life, which is still human. Because you spend time with people. You're not going to wear a white cloak permanently either. That's a lie. It was Master Estrad's mistake, all of this. He drove them all crazy, making his own church. And he was the first to disobey Master de la Ferrier. Because you should know that, for Master Estrada, before he had yet left on a mission to Mexico, in Venezuela, his native country, a retirement ceremony was held. By his then wife and that of Master de la Ferrier. By the latter's order. Also that he would retire, to take off his cloak and long hair. That's why they cut his hair in that ceremony. But he didn't, foolishly, let his hair grow back. I only understood that Master de la Ferrier meant for him to undertake his 40-month retreat. However, Master de la Ferrier did comply with tradition, because once he completed his period of wearing a white cloak and long hair, he cut his hair and dressed normally. He said, "Now, we are not a church." But Master Estrada said, No. I want my cloak." So that brought a lot of problems. And for that reason, what I did when I left my retreat was dress like a normal person, right? I didn't say, "Now I'm Swami I don't know what. And come, and Hare Krishna. Because I saw God." No. I said, "No, that's not how it works. Look, I'll go to restaurants to eat, and you guys get together, because we're going out to eat on some Sunday." We were going to the Italianese restaurant. The priestess, who is here with me, lived through that stage. She has a lot of things that I don't know if she should write or not write. I think she's just like me, she's not interested. So, I'll see if she writes, and says it now. Maybe she's already done it. Then I realize she's doing things, and then I find out, and she humiliates me, laughs. That way she humiliates me. Because she already did it, and I say to her, "Why didn't you tell me?" And the joke I make, is she making fun of me, or what? But that's how she does things. That's who she is. Video 4 But I'm like that too. Because when I left, I was actually laughing at the fraternity, thinking, what fools, they don't know what love is. They don't know what a woman who truly enlightens you is. Because women like that give you enlightenment. They're special women. And not all of us. We can dream. But you have to be humble, be humble. They fall. It's very easy to fall. Because of a lack of humility. Everyone falls. If I weren't humble and so, as they say, brash, unconcerned, I wouldn't survive. I joke when something happens to me, when they take my job. After leaving my retreat, I told Maestro Marcelli, rector of the GFU, Solar Line, that I had undergone a process, that I was a successor to a tradition, that Maestro de la Ferrier had prepared me during my retreat. I knew him, which he didn't write in his books. But I order, no, don't let him in. When I wanted to see him again, I arrived at World Headquarters, and told the secretary I wanted to see Maestro Marcelli. She replied, "No, you can't come in." "What? He's my teacher, I don't feel it." Americo Living Trail 535. That's when I wrote, "The master thought I'd gone crazy, because I claimed to be enlightened." He's right. Because everyone comes with that stuff. Many say they've already experienced enlightenment. I know some who say, "I've already experienced enlightenment, because I felt and saw, I had a little dream or a vision." And they already believe that's it. No, the fool approaches you, and talks to you, tells you things, he makes offers. And things are presented to you in life, not just there. There are things that happen that only one knows. That can't be written down. It's one thing to be a clairvoyant, another thing to be a healer, another thing to be a visionary, and another thing to have certain faculties. And it's another thing to have an entire process of wisdom, of true initiatory wisdom, which is connected to what the ascended ones are, and to everything related to the new age. Something that you don't ask for, and don't even want. Because that is the characteristic of the true masters. Those who are already so sure, so accomplished, that they no longer want it. That's when I see her. Pretend she was almost saying, fat, fat devil. Fat, fat devil. It was like her mantra, because I didn't see her, I couldn't see her. I mean, she was so skillful. She's very skillful. So they don't see her. I mean, that's why they don't see us. Our power right now over the hierarchy is that they don't see us. They shouldn't see us. Until the time comes, they'll see us. We're, in a way, in retreat. I continued my retreat with her, because obviously I no longer had the GFU. And when I came out, I said, wow. What am I going to eat, with children and no money? No one was going to feed me. No one gives me money. No one gives me. No one gives me. I live by a miracle, by a miracle. I wasn't going to sell myself out. As Maestro de la Ferrier said, Christ cannot be bought or sold. That Maestro de la Ferrier was also a rebel. A great master. A great master who is the avatar of the age. But that doesn't mean he forgets that there is a group Christ. He sensed it, but he couldn't understand it. Starting with the fact that Master Estrada himself said, when he learned that the Master was the avatar of the age of Aquarius, there are now two of us. You, de la Ferrier, are the celestial Christ, and I'm the terrestrial avatar. And then, the Tibetan says, and what about me? I made you. I'm also the Christ, the cosmic Christ. Well, how? How many Christs? A stream of Christs were coming out everywhere. Plus those who disguised themselves but weren't. They were a stream. Master Marcelli is also the Christ, right? Master Diasporta, who's walking around there, is also the Christ. He's the messenger. Hey. He has my constitution right now. The Constitution of Americo. They're going to add what he left. The statutes. The articles that Master de la Ferrier left. There are 22 of them to govern the world hierarchy. They're going to add them to my constitution. Oh no. But he doesn't send someone to speak to Americo, so that he can do, no. Americo made the constitution, but we're going to make it ourselves, Master Diasporta, because they are the hierarchy. I wasn't there to let girls pull the rug out from under me anymore. So easy. I'd already been through some tough times. So, the only thing I cared about was having a little money. That's why I had to make a drastic decision, at that moment, for love. Because I must add, that I had a vision in which they told me, this is your wife, referring to her. So they had to come and tell me, because I didn't see her. I saw her as a disciple, as a student, a model. She was my model student. And not because of the great wisdom she lived, because it's hard for her, it's hard for her. She takes notes and everything, and it's hard for her. She's extremely human. It's hard for her all the knowledge I brought. Obviously. For a man to come to you and say, look, I was on a retreat, I became enlightened, and I also have 4 children. What do you think? Are you up for it? Well, no, right. It was very difficult. After she had sought her independence, and had fought for her children, and it had been hard for her to get a house. On her own. And, besides, the husband she ended up with, well, he also saw her as a person, wasn't going to give her a hierarchy. I was the one who was going to give her the hierarchy. And I gave the hierarchy to several, but I knew they wouldn't hold up. All the others, I already knew. Those who were going to stay, and those who weren't. They were Americo Living Trail 536. Leaving, they're leaving, I thought. I know you're going to follow your path, I'm aware. But maybe you can become teachers, why not? That's the idea. But your tests will be your tests. I'm putting everything on the plate right now. I'm pleased because I have the authority to do so. Furthermore, regarding my constitution, how are you going to make my constitution? Well, it's already in the hands of the rector of the Great Universal Fraternity, right now. Who is Maestro Diasporta. And if Maestro de la Ferrier dictated it, and now Maestro de la Ferrier's additions are going to be made to it? Well, let them do whatever they want. The joke is that people are going to find out. In fact, study circles are already being formed to see what my constitution says, and I'm here with my little group. Because if it goes there, I'll keep everything. It's obvious. With 23 books that I have. I mean, it's not possible, and I didn't write for the sake of writing. These are things that have a very specific meaning, each book. So, this can't be stopped. Maestro Estrada said, "You can't hide the sun with a finger." True. I came to demonstrate, but it's going to be my way. How so? Well, I'm simply not interested in demonstrating. I'm interested in having a true path. With a wife, with children, with everything. And that was the decision I made. So, when I met her, I said, well, since your husband isn't even there, what if you and I are husband and wife? Let's get married, let's get married. Two lonely souls. Let's get married, with our kids and everything. She had 2, and I had 4. And something similar happened with the founding of the Order of Friars Minor. 9 months after we were married, we held the ceremony to found the order. And she says to me, "Do you realize that it's like a child being born?" By the way, 9 months after we founded the order, there were visions at the founding ceremony. Don't think there weren't. You have to read Living Path very carefully. Because when I founded the order, that day, I did it in respect to my master Estrada. Because in a previous ceremony, when I founded the order, I didn't give blessings, except once in the then ashram of Hidalgo, Morales. And I kept thinking to myself, oh no, how? That means I've got an energy from these guys. And I have to take care of them on other internal levels. Because whether I could or not, I knew I could. Because I had already seen that I could heal people. Since I was young, I healed someone. I didn't heal them completely, because they didn't want to be cured, but I took away the pain of cancer before they died. They wanted to die. With a massage, I healed. I was a healer. But I realized I didn't want to heal the person like that. I wanted to heal the world. I was crazier. I felt it was possible. Then but I wanted to heal. I had already done this kind of thing. Speak loudly question. You mentioned healing the planet, the world. We're seeing now, there's a stage where the planet, the world. I think the planet is saying, help. It's suffering from so many things that are happening, natural and so many things. So, I think it all started with healing, with curing, with energy. How could that happen? Healing a planet, healing that part? Don't worry about that right now. The planet is under safe hands, right now. It's under safe hands. Right now, heal yourselves, more than anything. Heal yourselves because the planet was in great danger. The planet could have exploded, but the planet ascended. We are now already. You haven't realized. Not even the current Ranvallo. Because I'm talking about the current Ranvallo and the past Ranvallo. From before those in the prime of life knew that those beings come and go. Ranvallo Melchizedek is also one of my friends. We're friends like that. And also with Norma Laura. I mean, she took me to the Merkable, it's a fact. She took me personally, by the hand. I mean, just as you see it, nothing more, little doctor. No. There's something else here. You have to learn to see it for your own good. But right now the planet is in great danger. True. The Tibetan has discussed his position a lot. But it's no longer in the hands of the Tibetans to establish a hierarchy here. Because Americo Living Trail 537 we have an important regency within the galaxy. This humanity is special. It's said to be the New Jerusalem, this humanity. This humanity has been one of the most rebellious among many in the galaxy. There are millions of worlds. But within the cluster, Earth belongs to them. Here, they rule those who are the most rebellious. Here, they are very difficult souls, on Earth. I know what my GFU hierarchy is like. There, everything is about vote for you, and vote for you. Just like the politicians talk, that's how it all is. Video 5 Mexican politicians are all of humanity. That's how they all are, that the scam, and that I'm going to say, and that I'm going to keep the job. And that I'm such and such. I'm not going to name names, I want to respect them. How will this come out on the internet later? But we're all like this. We all think we're the head of the lion. That's all of us. It's a characteristic of these brothers. And we're about to blow up the planet. I'm not saying catastrophes won't happen. Yes, they will, but everything has already been planned. Every last molecule, every last hair on your body, is planned. Of those who are going to leave. They're going to leave. This was a pitched battle. This was the place where the final war was fought. There's a galactic Bible, in which you learn about what Earth is. And those who were sent here, including Master Estrada and many beings who sent us, because they knew that one day the age of Aquarius would arrive. And God foresees it with His infinite goodness. If a planet is lost, you know what the beings of light do, they leave. They say, oh, too bad, the fleece died. Now I have to cultivate my laboratory again. Don't think you're crying, no. God is magnificent, He's immense. But since it's our planet, and I was here, I did feel nervous. Because ever since I was little, I already knew there was going to be a world war, the Third World War. I already knew, that's why I was in a hurry. Because I was very happy playing dumb. Making my little ovens. And here. I like the one from the hardware store. And closing it. I mean, I didn't want problems, but at a certain point I felt the burden of the planet. Because someone has to carry it. But don't worry, it's over. We've already passed into the fourth dimension. Right now you can't see it. You can't. Scientists are confused. Because their formulas aren't working anymore. They talk about dark matter with desperation, and that there must be something there beyond the speed of light. They don't know how to make their experiments, that they already see consistent. They didn't see it before, so why do they see it now? Because we're in the fourth dimension, we've passed. But I'm one of the first to say it in great detail. Why? Although I don't know, I know it's true, because I've already experienced it. Because it was the only way to save this planet. How are you going to defeat the dark forces when everything is already infested? Now it's not just my uncle's body, which I had to massage, but the planet, like I massage it, if it's already on the verge of world war. And they press the button, and the bombs don't come out, they get stuck. Or when they wanted. A crazy person, already completely degenerate, depraved, a pedophile. One of those in power there. Powerful beings of black magic, who press the button, and the bombs don't come out. They don't come out. They don't come out. They've come from the galaxy to come and take over planet Earth, to conquer it, to conquer it. Not all of them are good. Who's going to defend you from all that? Why are the V coming? Do you remember the V? Now there's the V program, the lizards and all that. They wanted to come, don't think they were science fiction. They wanted to come. We are weak, we are vulnerable, we are nothing. Because they don't come. And they make their laws here. The Syrians wanted to come here. Don't think they're all good. Don't think the dolphins are the best. The indigo children wanted to come. They're being sent, they're incarnated. And they want to take over the planet. I mean, there have been wars between the Cathars and the Syrians. Don't think that. This is an intergalactic war. Or what? Aside from us and the galaxy, a galaxy of so many millions and millions of light years, and no one is going to be interested in little Earth. Do you know why? America Living Trail 538. 538. They're interested in Earth. It's special, where there are special beings, very old souls are here. Don't think he's just a leader of our political parties, of those currently in government. No. There are millions of us who are leaders. Who do you think they're going to send us? Well, a high-ranking group with the size to confront such things. Don't think he's a little devil, there are many. The devil doesn't want to come here to bother us. It's that there must be something powerful holding us down. Look at the possessions. Look at what you told me about this brother. About how his mother was persecuted. I don't want to mention her name, because it's being recorded. But there have been attempts at possession, exorcisms, in the Vatican. Why are there so many books hidden there? By what right? There's magic. How many magic books does the Vatican have there? Our sister Blavatsky, Elena Petrovna Blavatsky, came to talk about what was hidden in the Vatican. Why do they have the right to? Do they have the right to such magic? Are we fools, or what? Or why do the humanity want to dominate the world? Do you think they haven't tried it? Do you think they haven't tried space travel? In time and space? Do you think it's not a super war? That's why you're all, even though you're young, nervous. As if things aren't easy. No, it's not easy. But how could we cure such a cancerous body, if not by jumping to a new level? Which is when we, the white magicians, could, in some way, save the world. This moment you're living is unique. I don't mean to go crazy, because you don't have to go crazy. God is wonderful, and many of us come disguised in simplicity. Do you want a true master? See him in simplicity. Don't locate him here. In the ostentatious, the masters who have come, and have precipitated things, like say Baba, who precipitated things. He already showed things. He already brought a certain spectacle, so that they would recognize him. So that they would see him. Yes, he appeared things. That one, Caperful, one of those beings, that appear on TV, that one that levitates and descends, a kid, he has powers. Yes, he has powers, they are amazed. And the indigo children and all that, who read with their feet, and that they want you to discover, that they want to buy you at NASA, so that they can manipulate your powers, and that you spy on the Russians, all that exists. This is a pitched war. And this is not over. But I tell you one thing, don't worry about healing the planet anymore, heal yourselves, save yourselves, take care of yourselves. We'll already fix that. I include myself, this woman here with me will never ask for anything, nor will I, but I'll tell you one thing. The story tells of everything I experienced on Living Path. Imagine that book, years from now. They're going to say, oh, here, Saint Americo says. And now, they closed the Bible, no. What's more, the brother took it and one day put it on the altar, the era there in Freemasonry, which is a sacred place. Only the Mexican Constitution and the Bible can be placed there. Like on the altar we use. Only the sacred book can be placed there. He arrives and writes, Christian line. He says it, very seriously, and you must be convinced. Because he is, however he is ours. Even though he is saying, that the master of La Ferrier please. I wrote it. So, he grabs and puts that book and he opens it, and reads very seriously, and he said such and such, I mean, it's already the Bible, the Christian line, the Bible, because it's called the Gospel of the New Age. It's called, the Christian line, the Gospel of the New Age. It's the story of Master Estrada and Master de La Ferrier. When I read it, I think it's not going to be like that, there won't be an avatar, neither celestial nor terrestrial. There will be a group of Christs, and we don't know who they are. Because if I camouflage myself, then they shouldn't camouflage themselves among my brothers who are out there. Who do you think Diana was? Not Diana the huntress, Diana the queen, the princess. She was pretty, she was from another world, another vibe, she wasn't from there. And do you know why she rebelled? She had to get up every day, and at certain times for coffee, at certain times for the reception of people. He had no life anymore and said, I'm going to dance. Americo Living Trail 539, and she went dancing, until they killed her. She broke all the rules. And she wasn't the only one. I can tell you more, but no. Discover it, imagine it. It's more interesting, so I don't spoil the fun. There are beings involved in governments, there are beings involved in the US and France. There's a struggle between what they call the white and non-white illuminati, there's a struggle. So, keep that in mind. There are beings who come to heal places. When I was in the clinic, it was because I decided to. I want to conclude a bit. When I was in that clinic, which for me was. I was in a different place. A more mystical place, if you will. When I got to that clinic, I got there for her. And I said, okay. You need time. Because she's always told me she needs time, you need time, I'll wait here. She would come in, to work, and I would sit outside. I think I was like that for almost a year. Sitting outside. I said, I'll wait for you here. Because you need time. To recover the contact you already have with your being. Because I already know, they already told me. I already saw it, and now I want you to see it. And a year passed, and then 2, and then 3. And then Do you know what my mission was? I have 5 planets in Sagittarius. I have to travel the world. Everyone was smitten with the bound that Maestro Estrada left. And I thought, they're going to entertain themselves, and they won't bother me anymore. So I started writing. Being here, going to the movies. And I started taking care of her. She obviously takes care of me, and so on. But there was something I could give her, and I owed her in some way. I don't know how. And it's not like it's something cold, no. It's love. It's something that has to do with it. It's love. It's love. Love. When I went out with her, and I told her, we were like this, both of us very excited. You're ugly. I'm pretty. I mean, I'm the best. And so, the two of us. Each of us, almost from side to side of the sidewalk. You over there, me over there. We were very attracted to each other. Because the hormonal thing was starting to happen, it wasn't just a teacher-disciple thing anymore. As we were walking, she started talking to me, and we both got excited. That's how I perceived it. She'll tell you her version. But that was my version, and he grabs me and says, no, it's just that the generator. Master. The generator, from my car. I told him, why don't you bring the car? No, it's just that, Maestro. It broke down, and I've been really bothered by it, so I decided to leave the car right now. It looked up, and I saw 25 big ships, UFOs. Circling around. Pretend they were birds or something. There they were flying above us. I thought, now everyone is going to see them. It was one of those waves Jaime Mawson talks about, a wave of UFOs. Like this, right above us. Video 6. And I said, no, I've seen UFOs, but this is too much. Things are really big here. There's something. And I took her, and put her in the truck. Which one are you going in? No, me in that one. Obviously, we were already marked. Still, we despised each other. We say, no, no. I don't know you. Or one of the two, not me, not you, you're crazy. She could have told me that, because I looked exactly like one. In fact, if they interview her, just like I'm talking about, she's a crazy person. Because my topic isn't a coherent one. I'm talking about a prophet. I mean, I've already gone beyond the parameters. So, when she and I talk, we're just two crazy people talking. In fact, we're learning to communicate. Because everything in our chart, Americo Living Trail 540 horoscope, is like that. Everything is fine with transpersonal and everything. And our Mercuries. If people hear us arguing, they'll say, these people are nothing, they're a bunch of idiots. In fact, we don't understand each other. Through words, we don't understand each other. In other words, there's confusion through words. She with her Mercury and I with mine. So you can see how beautiful it is to get to know each other through astrology. So, I already knew the clinic was going to disappear. In fact, the IMSS was going to disappear back then. I'm talking about when she was working. What will it be? 7 years ago. We've been married for 14 years now. But 7 years ago, we were in the middle of it. I wanted her to finish what she had chosen. Because if she had said, I'm leaving now, that would have been her decision. But she said, I'm not leaving now. I'm going to take care of my children, and I have to take care of this part of the money. I already knew that if she left, we'd survive. I know I can survive now. Money is important, it's not insignificant. I can't take just any money, but she offered it to me. No one offered it to me, no one. No one can. Either they can't, or they don't want to. Both. That's what happened. Or they just don't see it. They think teachers are just making a living. So, I already had a house, a car, a wife, children, even more. And suddenly I had a family. I already had my expenses taken care of. Many things she offered me, but I didn't want to take them. I struggled to take the computer. I mean, I'm a missionary. How did the deity resolve it? What did I do in return? I saw problems with all the doctors. I saw that it was going to collapse. The head of the institute arrived there. Do you remember? The Social Security Institute. There, I said, this is going to end. But then I started doing some mental work, almost unintentionally, I can say, unintentionally. And the clinic had a little more time. There will be catastrophes, there will be problems, strong virus epidemics. Don't think about your physical life anymore, think about saving your souls, instead. That's what's best. But we were given a little more time. What was one of the solutions? That the planet would ascend. It had been prophesied thousands of years ago. That it would ascend. It was already known. But now it's happened. You are living in prophetic times. How will the planet heal? It's a matter of time. Now, the interesting thing about this is that we must not lose the third dimension. I'm going to speak to you like crazy now, but it's not exactly for you. You're going to understand 20% of what I'm saying, maybe 2%. Let's say between 2% and 20% of what I say. And of what I have as wisdom. There will be others who understand 40%. It will be debated. I'm in the debate with many important figures, who talk about extraterrestrials, who talk about psychics, who talk about the flower of life, who talk about time travel. I'm there. Americo is in the debate. My videos are there. They're about all of this. What I'm telling them. About whether the planet ascended or not, whether it did. Why can't they time travel beyond 2012, and there's a limit and they bounce? Why is that? Why can't the Merkaba be activated only at certain times, during earthly periods, during time travel? It can be activated, the Earth's Merkaba, at certain times. For example, in 2012, why didn't many people like it? Because great monuments related to the Merkaba, which could harm humanity, will be deactivated. Those systems that are making the sacred molecule, antimatter once it called, will stop functioning. The neutrino accelerators. This is going to be removed. The Bermuda Triangle is going to be removed. And the Devil's Triangle that's there in Japan. It has to do with the Merkaba and holes in time. Read that a little, and you'll see that ships and everything have disappeared. All of that is going to be fixed. They're holes that have been left. Oh, Chihuahua. That the accelerator. It already made a hole in the ground, gosh. Sorry. A huge hole, that the neutrino went through from here to there. Why did you generate that energy? No, because I thought, God forgive me, you're destabilizing the planet with a simple neutrino bomb, a bomb that radiates, you're killing the Earth. A Chernobyl. You know what? It's like putting something hot on the Earth, on its skin. Something like that. Oh, it exploded, a little explosion, it doesn't do anything. They're ignorant, the people, they're ignorant that. You're handling antimatter. Americo Living Trail 541. What happened on Mars? They know, right? Those who know. The Merkaba is marked there, a Merkaba. Like pyramids, for traveling in time, and what happened? Nothing was left for them, the Martians. But don't let them know that there was a civilization here. That there was water here. That there were rivers. That there were forests. That there were people. And that there is, but inside. Let no one know, let's deal with them, we are the intelligence of the planet. What kind of devils are those? Do you realize? Don't worry, there is a hierarchy. There is a God. I'm not just speaking for myself. My person is nothing. That's the teaching I'm giving you. So prepare yourselves. And just as I spoke to you, the time will come when I say, I didn't say that. It's not true. No. You heard wrong. Because that's who I am. They'll see me as the most normal person watching TV and half asleep. And they'll think, he forgot his mission. And so the next day they can see me in Spain. That's why I'm giving them a kind of farewell. That's why I dare to say things a little more. I'm in charge of curating places. Everyone's looking for the secret chamber. I'll bring it here. Remember that movie you saw about the fifth element? When they take out the one who sang Father Well, the diva, they take out the stones of the fifth element. That's what happens to me. Everyone's saying, why don't you get your act together, and put the chamber right? There's one in Tijuana. We'll be there now. Nobody can take the Tijuana chamber away from me, noise. They gave me that, but I'm not Gagpa, second degree of real initiation. I'm Jegnian, sympathizer, much less the first degree of real initiation I have. When I got there, I'll say it before closing this block. There they told me, well, we can give you the degrees with the gavel. They told me, but I won't say who, but they told me, noise. And what good is that to me, or how? How does it help people? No, not right now. But you'll have them, no. When they put something on me. If they put the GFU cross on me, it's because I'm already in the GFU. I mean, not just having the cross, but having the authority to be heard. Otherwise, what do you want that for? You're going to have a university degree, you're going to practice it. Otherwise, what's the point? Or at least have your little collection there? I mean, be engineers, in fact. Curators, in fact. I recommend you do that. So, I didn't take what they offered me there. They offered it to me, Caro says, to whom I crossed out. I want you to know her too, but it's just that they don't appreciate them, their hierarchs. Caro is a woman who has the 9 degrees of Freemasonry of the Mexican National Rite. I didn't know there are only 9 degrees. No woman that I know of has the 9 degrees there. They have the 3rd and already few. No way. I knew someone who had the 3rd degree of Master and already few. No way. All of Tijuana was too small for her. And that one, Caro, when I sat her there in the chamber, in Tijuana, because that's where the chamber is, she meant business. No, just like us, it's not that I'm late, I'm not coming, no way. I'm just going to give him a bath. No, there, in Tijuana, she came to the camera, and sat like this. And she asked to speak, already dressed in white. I'll show you how later, in photos. There on camera she says, but I already know how to make stews. She stood like this. Like paella. She stood like this. I said to myself, this is an old woman from Ashram. Because he stands up and says, I already know how to make stews. And I think I'm going to achieve it now. I think I'm going to be able to get into Yamine's aspiring candidate level. Because they kicked her out of Yamine's, okay. Do you understand me now? I mean, it's the 9th degree of the Mexican National Rite. I mean, all those old people who meet in Freemasonry, the ones to which Jairus belonged. I mean, read a little about the Mexican National Rite, how Freemasonry came to Mexico. She's one of those old women. No one wanted to recognize her as a priestess. I arrived and told her, get ready because I'm going to cross you. Yes, master, you don't understand me, but I'll tell you. Not to her husband. But to her. Ah. And she says, hey Domingo. Why don't we give Americo a grade? She says, this one. Americo Living Trail 542. 542. Then Domingo corrects her, why do you say this one? It's the Venerable Master Americo. Yes, I'm the worshipful one, yes, I am. I'm worshipful, inside the lodge and outside the lodge. I'm worshipful Master America. But she says like this, why don't we give him degrees, the Venerable Americo AII? All red, yeah, I mean, yes. Then, I say to him, that, or that, what or what, no, it's that he must have it, what for? Haven't they accepted me here, yet no. Don't they recognize you, then no. When the time comes, save them for me. Because I respect that. I have to study all of that. Not just anything. Just give yourself a degree and that's it. I just put a cross on you, study it, to those I put their cross on. You don't study it, you just have it hanging there. I got lost, I feel so bad, please save us. And there I go, I put them back on and that's it, I feel good now, they say. And they don't even know why. Yes, there is something. It's a power that's being granted to them. Okay. You can cut it there, the video. End of writing about video, apostolic succession. Final conclusions. After all, this knowledge, which one cannot know, whether it is true or false, is because in life, nothing can be guaranteed. We can be sure that each person, through their own experience, makes the living path. We experience it ourselves, there's no one to save us from the outside. No outside experience can be absolutely true for us, only what we experience. We must believe in life, be with life, experience it deeply, and never lose our bearings. Never lull ourselves into mysticism, never remain where we shouldn't. We must find our own living path. I don't believe in the end of the world, I don't believe in the end of life. I believe that pain should end in the world, and that a world government could be established. But above all, I believe in a simple, successful life, for myself and for those I love. I can't guarantee anything written here for anyone other than what I choose to believe, and what serves me. This is the invitation I extend to others. Let everyone draw their own conclusions, and may God bless us all. Amen. Americo Living Trail 543. Author, Americo.